I hope you can't hear my computer overheating right now. Hey y'all, it's me Alex. Today I have come up with my own tag video that I've kind of been wanting to do for a while. I don't know if the questions are good or anything, but I'm doing it anyway. It is the Geeky Makeup Tag. I am a huge nerd. I love all the fandoms and I love makeup. This is not to be confused with like Makeup Geek, the brand. I've never owned anything from them. I basically formulated some questions about like fandoms and makeup and geeky makeup collaborations and things of that nature, and I thought it would be really fun to do, and I know a lot of my friends in the beauty community are like nerdy fandom people too, so I figured this would kind of give everyone an opportunity to let that geek flag fly. So how many questions did I come up with? 8 questions, so it's not like a super long tag. Yeah, I think that's enough of an introduction, and I'm just gonna get started. The first question, what is your favorite fandom? Probably my favorite fandom that I have participated in is actually the Whose Line Is It Anyway fandom. When I was in college, I spent a lot of time in the Whose Line Is It Anyway Tumblr community, and I met a lot of really cool people who we all just like kind of hung out, did chats, and there was like no drama. Like, we were all just there to enjoy comedy and laugh with one another, and like it was a very small community because obviously not that many people were into like super deep dive into the fandom on Tumblr. Like there's maybe like 10 to 20 of us total that were like active, but it was such a good time and we created a nice little community. We would do like Saturday night live chats, share gift sets with one another, talk about the like new seasons that were coming out, and it was just really fun, and we all just like laughed together and became friends. What fandom are you just getting into? In terms of like the fandom aspect of it, I'm just kind of getting into the horror fandom because I've recently started enjoying horror over like the past 2 years or so, because it was something I was always interested in, but I was never allowed to watch when I grew up, so it kind of took me a bit to get into it, and I really love it. So I've been watching the movies, obviously, a lot. You've probably heard me talk about them because I'm a spooky person. But I haven't really gotten into the fandom because I always like, the thing about like movie fandoms for me and like movie criticism is that I'm always afraid like someone's gonna think that my interpretation of things is wrong, and there's also like, I've noticed a lot of misogyny in certain like movie critic communities, and I don't really want to like deal with that. I've always watched Sarah Hawkinson's videos, and I've recently been watching like her horror channel, which has been really fun, and through that I've kind of seen like some good people who like look at things through like a feminist angle and things of that nature, which has been really fun to me, and kind of finding that niche community has been really helpful to me in enjoying that fandom. So now let's get into the makeup-y nerdy questions. What is your favorite nerdy makeup collaboration? I have it right here, and it is the Strobe Cosmetics and American Horror Story palettes. I got so freaking excited about these. They were released in like 2015. This is their Hotel palette, which I absolutely... So these shadows are really soft and they break easily, but I love the green here. That one is called Checking In, and I also love the red here, which is Addiction Demon. I love American Horror Story. Recent seasons haven't been as good to me, but I've watched up through like Hotel and enjoyed that. But I really love these shadows. One of my friends just pointed these out to me when they came out because she knew I loved American Horror Story. And this one is their Freak Show one. This has a broken shade in the middle. But I really love all of these. Monsters Among Us, which is a broken one, is actually a favorite of mine because it is like the MAC Blue Brown pigment, but with a little bit more blue to it. I love the like colorful shades in the palettes, and also even the lighter shades are very pigmented, they're very shimmery, and I like them a lot. This is really what turned me on to Strobe Cosmetics, because these like didn't get a lot of love. Well, they got a lot of love, but they didn't get like a lot of attention. Like the people who bought these loved it. Not that much attention was given to them on the beauty community because Strobe didn't really blow up until like, I would say like the Creepy Cute palette came around. But these are the palettes that got me into strobe cosmetics and made me say like, yeah, I absolutely want the Creepy Cute palette when it comes out, because these were such good quality. And I feel like the colors in there managed to be really interesting and colorful, but still like staying true to the fandom themselves, because American Horror Story I think is a very like interesting, fascinating, in-depth show with a lot of uniqueness to it, but it doesn't have the same like bright and vibrant quality of like a lot of the makeup that I'm drawn to. And so this has like a really nice balance to it. And whenever I just really want like a nice pop of shimmer, especially like every Valentine's Day, I go for this red. I go for Addiction Demon every single Valentine's Day because it is so gorgeous. I just really think that these were done so well, and I really wish they would bring them back, although I recognize maybe licensing stuff might make it a bit different, but these were so well done. What is your least favorite nerdy makeup collaboration? I was originally going to say like the Hot Topic palettes, but that's not because they're bad quality, that's because I'm like kind of allergic to some of the Hot Topic shadows, so I want to get like some of the nerdy ones because they're like good quality, but I never know if like that's going to be the formula that I'm allergic to. So I don't think that's a good criticism necessarily, but I think the one thing that I really wish would have been done like so much better was both the Sephora and Ulta Avengers Endgame collaborations. Now, my other favorite fandom besides the Who's Line fandom is the Avengers fandom. I'm a huge fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I go out and see each movie like 2 or 3 times every single time it comes out. These were just done so badly, especially the Ulta collection. I got really excited about it because I was like, oh, this is at like a really affordable price point. And like Ulta is a cruelty-free brand, unlike the Sephora collection, so I thought this was gonna be really great. But then one of my friends had gotten like the palette from it, which I thought originally was like a pretty good color scheme, a little bit more on the neutral side than what I would have wanted, but gotta make it appeal to the masses, you know? And it swatched so horribly. I recognize that this is like still cheap, but like it wouldn't even be worth it for me to get it because it just did not perform well. The shades were not pigmented at all. Like she had them on her arm and you can like barely see them. There was that, and also the packaging was so like I'm fine with like cheesy packaging, but these almost look kind of childish, especially like the ones on the liquid lipsticks. I really wish they had done something a little bit more classy instead of just like, I'm gonna put all of these superheroes logos all over everything and that'll make it really cool, and oh, I'm gonna make it look like kinda painted on so that way it looks edgy. No, there are so much better ways you could have done this. Maybe like have done like a liquid lipstick of like, if you're doing 3 based on 3 different superheroes, maybe have like the lids be like the color+1 logo of like that hero or something like that. The only thing that I do wish that I had kind of gotten from that collection was a makeup bag because it had Captain Marvel on it and I love her, and that would have been something that would be actually useful to me, unlike unpigmented eyeshadows and liquid lipsticks / glosses that weren't really in colors that I would wear. I just really wish they would have done better when it comes to that collection because I want good Avengers-y makeup, but that was not it. What would be your dream nerdy makeup collaboration? This one I didn't actually think through. You'd think that when I created my own tag I would actually think of answers to the questions. I think actually something that could be really cool is if Menagerie Cosmetics collaborated with like DC Comics to do like 2 little mini palettes, one of Harley Quinn and one of Poison Ivy, because I think Poison Ivy's aesthetic would go with their eyeshadow, like their entire branding, and also like the colors of Harley Quinn and kind of like the stark pigmentation that I think of when I think of her, both in the like Suicide Squad way and also in like the comic book type way. I think that could go really cool with their formulas and kind of with their aesthetic. And so I could just envision like 2 really cute like mini palettes, and I would like pick those the heck up. I know the Menagerie is a little bit more into just like the kind of nature themed, but I think that honestly I would love to see something really cool with the 2 of them because I'm not a huge DC fan, but I love Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. Also, I think if like Nabla Cosmetics did like an Ouran High School Host Club theme palette, because I love that anime so much and I would just really love and like it's just like all pastel-y and flowery when I think of that anime. And Nabla I also think of like very pastel-y and flowery and natural, so I think they could do a really cool collaboration there. So those are my thoughts. Favorite nerdy YouTuber, and they can be like makeup related or not makeup related. I'm gonna give a shout out to my friend Nerdy Girl Makeup because she literally does an entire makeup channel based on nerdy makeup. We did our Evolution 9-way collab together, and she actually reviews a lot of the Hot Topic palettes that are like geek themed and other things like that, which is just really fun. So keep doing what you do, girl. Who's a TV or movie character whose makeup you admire? Okay, yeah, I'm actually a huge fan of Scarlet Witch's makeup, and I know she doesn't do like a whole lot, just kind of like the Avril Lavigne eyeliner, but I think she pulls it off really well for her characters. She was like me in high school, like the emo phase, but she's doing it so much better because she's such a freaking badass that I just really love her makeup. I think it was super duper cool, and I really love that she can like pull it off like just kind of normal, being casual, but then also like that kind of same look looks really just like badass when she's in battle. So I really like that. Also along the same lines, I really am a huge fan of the Winter Soldier smoky eye, which is what I call whenever I do my just like straight up black eyeshadow. So big fan of that. And then last question, give us like a recommendation for like a TV show or a book or something nerdy that you think people might enjoy that they haven't heard that much about, or just like something you've been enjoying recently regardless of if you think people know about it. I'm trying to think because I was gonna recommend Ouran High School Host Club actually, because that is like my all-time favorite anime. If you haven't watched it, you really should. I'm pretty sure it's still on Netflix. I have it on DVD too because I love watching it with the commentary as well, but if you haven't checked out that anime, you definitely should. But I'm trying to think and see if there's like anything else that I've really been enjoying recently that kind of falls into the fandom thing. I've also recently been watching The Umbrella Academy. I'm not all the way through it, but I've been really enjoying that, and I'm probably super late to the party, but I don't know. I would recommend watching that too. Oh, this is in like the horror fandom, but I absolutely love the new Netflix film, The Perfection. Don't watch it if you don't have a strong stomach, but I love that film. That is probably like really up there on my list of horror movies that I've really loved. So that is actually something that like maybe not everybody has watched that I've been watching. So I don't know. Those are my recommendations. So I'm gonna tag some people in the description box, and honestly, if you have a YouTube channel and you want to do a video like this, then I really think you should because it's super fun. And I had a good time, and I'm a huge nerd and I'm always looking for an outlet to express my nerdiness. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me. And I'll see you on my next one. Hope you'll have a wonderful day. Bye!